Okay, so what you're looking at now is one horse out of a 3-horse deal I made with the farm that had that Rogue Busters horse, the rarer. I was getting paid $100 a horse to start 3 horses. On this particular day, there was another freelance breaker there. He was getting paid $500 a horse, doing it the normal way, which is about a week, which made it look like I was selling myself short a little bit. But in reality, I was doing this for my own experience, which I don't think you can put a price on. Not only was I allowed to start the horse anywhere I wanted to, I was allowed to do it any way I wanted to. Plus get paid $100. So my opinion, I think I got the better deal. Okay, so let's go over this one. She's already on the ground. You didn't see her go down. The only reason for that was because this was taken back in September 2006. Back then I wasn't actually showing people how to do the tap, so I cut it out. That's the only reason. Okay, now as you can see, she's pretty relaxed on the ground there. I'm just rubbing her, patting her, playing with the legs. She seems pretty comfortable. Now basically do all the horses like this. Once they're on the ground, desensitize them a little bit. Just let them know that I'm not going to be a threat. I'm not going to hurt them. So there's nothing to fear when they get up. As you can see, she's pretty relaxed there. Now on this day, this filly was actually in season. She didn't really want to move. I had to work at her a little bit, but we ended up getting the job done okay. This track she's on is an 800-meter track. It's just got a fence on either side. There's plenty of places she can go if she wanted to. Now she got up there on her own. There's not really any time limit. They have to stay on the ground. They can get up anytime they want, these horses. Most of them are tired and they just stay there and relax. Get up when they're ready. Now because she's up, I didn't have a chance to get on her on the ground. So what I'm doing here now is just topping that up. The tap how I got it down there. I'll just take the edge off a little bit so I can jump on. Now it's actually easier to get on them when they're on the ground, because then they don't see the jump. But I can still do it either way, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now I'm on. From here, I'll try and get some flex, soften the neck up a little bit. I'm just turning your head both ways now. Once I do get a flexing, the next step will be to move the legs a little bit. Bear in mind this was early stage. I hadn't really set on a game plan. I was just basically playing it by ear, just getting on and taking it from there. I've got more of a game plan now. Okay, I'm basically doing the same thing as I do now. The only thing I did change was, as you can see, this filly, she turns to the left but she's not turning to the right. These days I make sure I get them both ways, left and right, before I move them forward. On this particular day you can see I've moved her forward and I've only got control on the left hand side, which wasn't really the safest thing to do, but I've learn from my mistakes. Okay, sorry about the quality of this too. It was cloudy that day and I used the backlight of the camera, which made things too bright. Made it look like there was snow on the ground. Okay, what I'm doing over there is actually just going from one side of the fence to the other, inside, outside, like a snake. This is doing the mouthing process. As you can see, I just got it to the right for the first time. Now she's going both ways. Okay, I might have said it before, but I'm not much of a talker. I'm more of a hands-on man. Get in there, do the job, and let my stuff do the talking for me. So this isn't real easy for me, sitting here talking to myself. Okay, now this filly, she's tried to stop a few times on the way there. She's starting to think for herself now. And she's going to try and take over. She's swishing the tail. She's just about had enough for the day. Okay, she's turning both ways now. She's soft now. I probably should have stopped there. But I got a little bit greedy and decided to go one more, which is nearly one too many. Okay, there's the first sign. She sort of stopped there. And she stopped again. Okay, now she's trying to test me. She's feeling the ground, see if she can stop. A lot of people call this the union card. Once they show you the union card, it's time to pack it up and go home. I actually call that a bluff. It's not a union card. She's done it again. She stopped there, so I'm going to use that small window of opportunity to jump on and off. When they're in this mode, you can actually stand up on their backs. They're not going to do anything. They're just being stubborn. So a few jumps on and off and it sort of changes their mind again. I'm not going to hang around here, and they're off again. Well, that's the way I see it anyway. I don't have a problem with calling their bluff when they stop like that. They're only testing me. Okay, now the tail's going again now. She's had enough. Okay, she's turning both ways. Just a few more jumping ons and off. Okay, slowed it back down again now. Okay, what you're seeing now is the classic half tap. You can see the front legs are spread. They won't budge from there. I can actually get on them right from the start just doing this. I don't have to lay them down. The half tap's more than enough to get me on their backs. As you can see, there's not really much tension there in the neck. It's not as if I'm cutting an oxygen supply off or anything like that. She's pretty relaxed there. She was a good girl. And that's this one done. Okay, now here's another horse that I've never met in my life. She's following me. She joined up because we become a unit riding. There's the season thing.